Okay, I may not be 100% prepared here. I mean, obviously, I have this set up. I'm trying to get it in real quick. Okay, look, we have another college football decode. I don't go out of my way to choose these stories. They kind of all align, if that makes sense, like one after another. And if you look back at my videos, you can kind of see the connections between these trending stories. I'm noticing this Texas Tech quarterback, Behren Morton. This is just kind of like a random story. Says he's 100% for college football playoff against Oregon. You see that? Well, they ended up getting smoked by Oregon 23-0. You see that right there? Okay. This was the Orange Bowl. Oregon Orange Bowl. Come on, right? But I'm not really here to break down that game. But you can see they got completely destroyed in a shutout there. I'm noticing right now, look, dude's got the name Barron. You see that? It's spelt differently, but it's kind of like Barron Trump. I'm just barely catching that. Manilow. Oh, that's interesting because Barry Manilow was trending as well with cancer. Oh, and look, he's born on the 17th of June. Behren Morton, quarterback Texas Tech, born on the 17th of January. So you get June J, January J. You get that 17 connection. Barry like Baron. I just caught that on the fly. That's why this is amazing. And we'll get into the January 17 birthday as well. This is amazing to do these videos and then catch stuff when I present like this. This never gets old, okay? Wow, this is amazing, man. Everything's with the language. People want to deep dive and talk about secret societies and rituals. Yeah, some of this stuff is ritualistic. I get it. But don't dive too deep. The stuff is all with the language. Do you understand? It's the alphabet. Okay? Isn't that amazing? So Baron syncs up with Barry Manilow on the fly. But what I was trying to look at was Barron Trump because I just caught that right here. That's interesting. You get Barron, but a different spelling. So there might be some connections over here to the quarterback now. Maybe there will be. I'm sure this guy is probably always trending, Donald Trump's son. So there might be something. He's age 19. Okay, so he's young like Behren Morton, but there's still like a 4-year difference. But you know what is interesting? Is Behren Morton has that Michelle Obama birthday, which is politically connected, right? With the 117 birthday. And that's interesting because obviously Obama would be connected to Trump, obviously, right? So that's just something I caught, which is interesting. Just as I hit record here. Oh, that's all they got. Very emotional. Texas Tech quarterback Behren Morton speaks out after the tough 23-0. Remember, Donald equals 23. Donald has the 23. So we're going to be looking at this quarterback a little bit here. American college football quarterback for the Texas Tech Red Raiders. They get smoked in the Orange Bowl. Oregon smokes them. Oregon and Orange, right? And I mentioned that Michelle Obama birthday. It's also the Jake Paul birthday. trending for getting smoked by boxer Anthony Joshua, who is also trending still with the car crash. This is Muhammad Ali's birthday, another boxer in history. Okay, so all of this stuff trending. Dude's got the same birthday, same energy. Shout out to Richard West because I think he said Layla Ali. Her birthday is January 4th, which is that today? That might be today as I speak right now. It is today as I speak. January 4. If I'm wrong about that birthday, let me know. I may forget to go check, but I'm actually Richard actually mentioned Mariah Carey's mom, but what about Layla Ali? I think they might be similar. Layla Ali, oh yeah, December 30th. I'm glad I checked. But her birthday just happened as well, right? So Layla Ali's birthday hits now. She's got that LeBron December 30th birthday, Tiger Woods birthday. Shout out to Richard West for bringing up those things. We got to bring up stuff to add, and it adds to our tool belt. So I add things to my tool belt from Richard and his knowledge, and the same back to him, vice versa, however you want to say it. So shout out to Richard West there. So we got all of this energy. We get these birthdays. So you see the 117 birthday with Behren Morton here, okay? Quarterback equates to 117. You know what's amazing too? I showed you that this is Behren and Barry Manilow. And that's a, BM as well. Manilow Morton. Muhammad's got the M. Behren, obviously, B like Barry. But that's amazing because Barry Manilow has the Kendrick Lamar birthday, June 17. And Lamar Jackson has the 1-7 birthday, January 7, quarterback of the Baltimore Ravens. Isn't that awesome? So you get that 17 connection. I've pointed that out before, but now you get this quarterback with the 117 birthday. Lamar Jackson's birthday is 3 days away from, as I'm speaking right now, Lamar Jackson's birthday in 3 days. This upcoming birthday for Behren Morton, quarterback of the Texas Tech Red Raiders, 17 date numerology. Behren Morton has the 177 like 17, and that's the reverse cipher right there. That's that reverse cipher. Do I know his stats in this game? Let's see. Did I read them? No. 18 of 32, 137 yards, 2 interceptions. Not really amazing, but serviceable. But, they scored 0 points. So that's not good, right? Dante Moore of Oregon in this Citrus Bowl, 26 of 33, 234 yards, interception. As well as I'm just kind of looking at some of these other names in the box score. But one thing I do want to do, what kind of skill set does Behren Morton have? Let's see. So, primarily known for his strong accuracy, quick release, and toughness in playing through injuries. That's what an NFL team desires in a quarterback, okay? So we'll see what happens with this guy as he heads towards possibly being drafted. I have no idea of really anything about the character, So I don't know if he's going to be a high prospect. I don't even know if he's going to get drafted. But what I just read, strong accuracy, quick release, toughness, and playing through injuries, that's what matters, especially when it comes down to late in the NFL season and the playoffs. So we'll see what happens with that character. But moving forward, he's got the 2 on his jersey, just like this other quarterback I just decoded. Man, Behren Morton looks fat right there, doesn't he? He's got the same number as this guy I just decoded, okay? And, to show you how much I'm familiar with these characters, I already forgot dude's name. Let me check. Robbie Ashford. Okay. Robbie Ashford. I think I dropped that video. Yeah, I dropped that video. But look, they got the same number right there. Look at that. They both got that 2, and now they're both trending at the same time with college football and their quarterbacks. They're both quarterbacks. Look at the 2-2 with the jerseys, both trending. It's a 22-day span from the article here. There's no date associated with any story in the article. He's just speaking about, I don't know, the season and the loss or whatever in the Citrus Bowl. Look at the article date, December 27. It's a 22-day span from December 27 to dude's birthday, January 17, 22. And again, 22 with these 2 quarterbacks trending now. Look at down on the bottom right. You see that arrow? And he's got the 2 on the jersey. I pointed out again right there, okay? The Red Raiders were perfect 6 games into the season before the 26-22 loss to Arizona State. They bring that up in the article. They were perfect until that loss. They scored 22 points in the loss even. Check that, okay? And look, Texas Tech, T is the 20th letter of the alphabet, which is like 2. So Texas Tech, 2020, right? Drop the zeros, you get 22, okay? He's got the same birthday as Robbie Ashford. Remember, has the same birthday as Fernando Mendoza, another quarterback that I've covered recently, Heisman Trophy winner, if I remember correctly, Indiana. So what are the odds now? That guy was trending. I covered him about a week and a half ago. He's got the same birthday as Robbie Ashford, October 1st, 101. Red Raiders equates to 101 with this Behren Morton decode. So you get these 3 quarterbacks now connected with the 101. Notice how Ashford's born in 2002, like 22. You see that? So if you're not familiar with these other stories that I'm talking about with all of these quarterbacks, just scroll back about a week and a half. You'll see the Robbie Ashford one, which I just dropped. Okay? But scroll back about a week and a half, and you'll see, maybe push, it could be 2 weeks, but I think about a week and a half sounds right. You'll see the Fernando Mendoza, he was trending also. And look at how these players come together. Now this guy's trending, you get the 101 connection. They mention that loss to Arizona State that stopped the perfect season. That day in Arizona, they're talking about it further in the Arizona desert in October. Remember, October is the Mendoza Ashford birthday. Come on, right? You follow me? It stands out to Morton because the Lubbock native knows more than most about the largely forgettable football past on the play. You see that? Texas Tech's got the 105 like Arizona. Okay, I've mentioned this over and over again. Texas is associated with Arizona by the numbers. Even Texas equals 15, which is like 105. Okay? This article dated December 27th, the one I'm breaking down right now, 48 and 84 date numerology. Texas Tech equals 48. Arizona equals 84. Arizona is the 48th state. If you add up the ASU loss to ASU that stopped their perfect season, the total points in that loss, 48. 26 plus 22 is 48. Come on. Come on, right? What are the chances that I don't deep dive on college games. I just decode the story when I see it as a well-seasoned, well-rounded decoder. What are the odds? And I do this daily. All of this stuff one more time, it all just seems like the patterns are obvious that this is a script going on, and these are just like actors playing roles, okay? If you think of Arizona, you think of Phoenix, Arizona, right? Okay? Even Phoenix equals 26, which syncs up with this Arizona State victory that they speak of over Texas Tech. Isn't that amazing? I mean, I might as well put an Arizona logo right there. Isn't that awesome? I mean, it's freaking awesome, man. I love it. I love it. I love it. So, as I normally do, I just scroll the article. There's going to be things I miss here. Like I said, I don't go read the article unless it's on a particular thing that happened that's trending. I'll kind of glance through it. It just kind of seems like let me read the title again. So this was before the loss at Oregon. So they're kind of talking about that Citrus Bowl or whatever, Orange Bowl, whatever the hell it's called. And they're just kind of talking about his season. Look, he threw 22 touchdowns. Come on. You see that? Sometimes I'm just like, man, I don't even want to find more. It's cringe because we already have so much here. He threw, look, 2,600 yards. Just over. There's that 26 again. And then they lost to ASU. ASU scored 26. They scored 22. He throws for 22 touchdowns. God, and just 4 interceptions this season. And that loss was a 4-point loss to ASU. Here they mention October again with those other 2 QBs' birthdays. God, man. It's ridiculous. So we get familiar with another quarterback now. What's this? All right, I better stop. Isn't it amazing? I think so. There's probably more going. Oh, Morton. Oh, yeah, man. This sparks a whole nother decode as well. I'm going to try to remember because I don't want to spill the beans on it yet, though. This sparks a whole nother decode of a whole other list of characters, including this one now, all trending by the language. Wow. Texas Tech QB Behren Morton says he's 100% for college football playoff against Oregon. Until